There are three essential things that every man must experience. And I should say also every young man. I want to emphasize it on the young part, because when you're young, up and coming, building your life, you maybe don't know what you want to do yet. However, you know you want to do something. There are three main things that come to mind that allowed me to not just put myself in a position of, you can say, success, right, in the eyes of most people, which would be monetary. Everybody sees the houses and they see the cars and they're like, wow, you know, you're doing so well. However, I want everybody to understand that there were certain things that I did before that and things that I was doing as I was coming up that allowed me not to just be monetarily successful, however, also allowed me to live a life where I truly feel fulfilled every single day, regardless of how I feel, right? Whether I'm happy, sad, angry, excited, it doesn't matter, right? Every day I look at the life that I've built and I'm like, holy shit, there's some momentum that accrued up to this point that it allowed me to have everything that I have. Where did it start though? Where did it start? Well, I remember, I'm gonna take it back, all right? I remember when I was 10 years old and we just got a pull-up bar. We had the 10-pound dumbbell set, right? And I remember my brother was doing more pull-ups than I was, right? And I was just like, fuck, you know, I gotta push myself. I can't be the younger brother that can't do any fucking pull-ups. So I started going on that pull-up bar and doing negative sets, right? So what I would do is I would jump up and I would start from the top and I would slowly come down. These are negatives, right? Negative reps. And I was doing 8 of those, 3 sets, 8 reps until I could do at least 1 pull-up, right? And then little by little, I was able to do 1, I was able to do 2, I was able to do 3, I got up to 8, and I was like, wow, holy shit, I got stronger, right? Same thing with the 10 pounds. I couldn't even fucking lift them at 10 years old, right? But then little by little, I was working on it. Next thing you know, I'm fucking repping it out, right? I'm this ripped fucking 10-year-old going to fucking school. Everybody notices, yo, you're in pretty fucking good shape. You're pretty fucking strong. So I was that guy even when I was younger, because I felt that exercising was just something that was cool and something that boys should be into, right? Just exercising naturally. And obviously as I continue to age, right? I'm still fairly young. I'm only 25. However, I kept that habit up, right? I kept that habit up. I was athletic. I was in sports. I did all of these things that kept me active. And if you haven't started when you were 10, when you were 15, when you were young, it doesn't matter. Now is the time to start, because you have to start to build that momentum to get yourself in a position where now, for me, here's the thing, right? Obviously, I look good and I like how I look and I like how I feel because I'm also healthy. At the same time, the conversations that I get into because of my physique, people notice, right? People comment on it, right? And it feels good. It does feel good to be able to walk into a room and somebody comes up to you and says, wow, man, I see that you're fit. I see that you're in shape. I see that you work on yourself. That in it of itself is peacocking, right? In and of itself, because people are going to see that you're in shape and you are doing something that takes discipline, consistency, and it takes effort to actually fucking do, right? So that was the first thing, right? Working out. And you could start today. The second thing that I would say that has drastically helped me in my life, right? Women, when I was younger, I remember I didn't approach enough girls. I didn't talk to enough girls. I always had a healthy amount of girls that I would talk to when I was in high school, right? I was never the kid that didn't talk to any girls. However, I remember being at a point of my life when I was maybe 18, 19, 20, around there, where I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, you know, I could talk to girls and have fun, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, right? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just having fun with these girls, but is there a science behind this? Is maybe there a way that I can get better at this? And not just for the women aspect of it, but just to become more socially calibrated, right? Just to be that guy that at any venue that I get invited to, I can make relationships with anybody. Seeing a beautiful woman, 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, and not having a problem with having a conversation with her about anything. It doesn't matter, right? So I wanted to get myself to that point, right? Regardless of who it was, there's no girl that's out of my league, right? And now I see my life, right? And I could talk to a girl, right? And this is the point that I want all of the men that are listening to this video to get, right? I could talk to a girl and the girl could be like, oh, I want a guy that's fucking 7 feet tall, right? Let's say. And to me, bro, I'm just like, okay, well, think about that for a second, right? Because there's a lot of guys that are discouraged for all the things that are being said on the internet, right? Oh, like all these girls want guys that are above 6 feet and this and that. And now they have the terminology called short kings. And I just don't think that any of this shit is actually that important and that it actually matters as much as people say it does. Because I've had girls that have had boyfriends that were a lot fucking taller than me, but they loved hanging out with me a lot more than they loved hanging out with them. And these were their boyfriends, right? And they chose to hang out with me. But why? Why is that? Because it's not about your height. Your height cannot provide an experience. You can provide an experience. I can provide an experience. It's me who determines what experience we can have, right? So you have to stop limiting yourself and having these limited beliefs as to why you can't do what you can do. Somebody may be 6'5", but still living in his fucking mom's house. Meanwhile, I'm over here, you could say 5'8", 5'9", but I still have 2 fucking properties. I drive nice cars. I have a nice lifestyle. I'm in shape, got a big... I do all of it, right? So I don't give a fuck about the limited frames that people try to enforce on one another. That's not my reality. If a girl wants to look at me and say, oh, well, you're not tall enough for me, I'm thinking to myself, well, only if she fucking knew. But it's good that she doesn't, because now she won't find out. She'll only find out through her bestie when I'm giving her bestie all of the experiences that she wished to have and wonder, wow, you know, actually I fucked up, right? But this is that kind of mindset that you have to have. You have to genuinely believe that you have a specialty and a strength that's unique to you and maximize on that every single fucking day. Right now, I don't give a fuck what any girl fucking tells me. It doesn't matter what she tells me. It doesn't matter what kind of shit test she gives me, what she doesn't like, what she likes. It doesn't fucking matter. You know why? Because I live my life with purpose and I live my life with intention. And every single day, I live my life with a specific way where I know that I am going to attract the right women in my life. But I'm also not a fucking pussy. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if I see a girl that I fucking like, I go talk to her. Right? I go and talk to her. So I'm working on myself, right, religiously. And now I'm interacting with the world, right? And I want to speak about it in regards to women because a lot of women actually don't understand that this is a challenge that a lot of men deal with, right? Just approaching a regular fucking girl. And she doesn't even have to be a 10 these days, right? I see guys that are at the gym that are way fucking bigger than me and they have a very, very hard time talking to just a regular fucking girl. Why is that? Right? Well, think about all the things that you want out of life and ask yourself, well, if I'm going to be living this millionaire lifestyle, I cannot be afraid of talking to some random fucking girl at the gym or some random girl at the grocery shop or some random girl down the street. It shouldn't matter to me that much. Instead, what I should focus on is not placing so much emphasis on what she's going to say and how she's going to judge me and what she's going to do and what she's going to think about me. But instead, placing the emphasis on myself and how I came off in the approach, how I can better my communication, how I can play the game to my advantage and win, right? So that's what I started doing. I wasn't so focused on what these people had to say about me because it's not about these people. It's about what I can do to put myself in the right position where I can attract the things and the people that I want to my life. So I was working on that, right? So what do we have? We have working out, being in shape, being healthy, right? That's all goes to the first point. The second point is fuck approach anxiety. Talk to her. It doesn't matter how I feel. It doesn't matter if I don't know what to say. I'm going to say hi. I'm going to say something. It doesn't matter, right? And that may be my first interaction. The more that you start talking to more women, the more comfortable you become talking to women to the point where it doesn't even matter what the fuck you say. And you'll have more things to say, but you have to get over that first approach. So now you're comfortable with women. Now you're building a social life. Now you have more numbers on your phone. Now you're talking to more women. Now you're spinning plates, right? And you're at the point where it's like, all right, well, I can pretty much hang out with a girl every single week if I choose to. I mean, what's the next thing, right? And these things also, it's not like you're working on them one at a time, right? These things you're working on them consecutively all at the same time, right? The third thing is money, man. What are you doing to make money? What the fuck are you doing to make money, right? For me, it was real estate. I got into sales and I fucking went in. What do I have to do? Pick up the phone and talk to people? Cool. I started talking to as many people as I could possibly talk to every single day until I started making more money. Because when it comes down to sales, I'm not capped based on the hours that I work. I'm capped based on my performance and based on how many people I can close. So I was going in every single morning, first one in, 7 a.m., role playing, 8 o'clock, on the phones, talking to clients. By the time it was 8 p.m., I was done with my day. Maybe not. Maybe then at that time I was working on my CRM, setting up my next day, just doing what the fuck I had to do, right, to get ahead. And that's what most people don't understand. They sit on their couch and they wonder, man, when is this thing gonna happen to me? Well, guess what? It's never gonna fucking happen to you. You have to make it happen to you. You have to get the fuck up and choose to put your body into motion, into the right habits that are gonna allow you to live as that person that has those things. You get it? Live as that person that has that reality. Live as that person that lives that reality. You understand what I'm saying? It's not about something that's external. It's about the motion and the habits that you have to put in place that allows you to be that person. And then after you are, play the fucking character. Play the character and stick to the character because you are that person. There are so many people that probably are already that person, yet they're not confident that they are. So mentally, they have this mental deficit where they believe that they're not enough. They believe, oh, that girl's out of my league and this girl's... Bro, I've had some of the craziest shit happen to me, okay? I have stories for fucking days about these girls that are beautiful and perhaps maybe when I was 18, 19, 20 and I was younger, they wouldn't look at me, but now they're all getting in line. It's about who you are. It's about who you become. Become that person. Don't focus on your 15 minutes of fame. Focus on being that guy permanently. And the way that you be that guy permanently is by creating it, right? I've been at this shit for a while now. It's not my first day. I'm not getting out of bed and now just experiencing this reality. It took time. It took work. It took effort. And now I'm fucking here. So go do something about yourself because that's what the fuck you need to do. Surround yourself with more people that are like myself, that are going after it every single day. That's why I talk about the BFP network so heavily. I had my brother when I was younger, right? He was fucking pushing me to do pull-ups. Maybe he didn't even have to say anything. I just saw he was competitive and he was doing his thing. It made me competitive and made me want to do my thing, right? So you need people around you that are pushing you every single day and that are inspiring you to do better. That's what the BFP network is about, right? And it may not be that. It may be something else. It doesn't fucking matter what it is. It wasn't the BFP network for me when I first started because that wasn't around. But whatever it is for you, you gotta belong to a specific community that is pushing you every single day to be better. Stop hanging around with friends that are complacent and that are happy with what they have. Fuck that. Every single day we're pushing to get better. Every single day we're alive. And that's the reason to get better. Because we're living, because we're here. Why the fuck not? Our ancestors did it for us. It's our time to pay them back. And the way that we can pay them back is by tapping into that person that believes that the only thing that's acceptable is for him to go after it relentlessly every single fucking day. So go fucking do something about it.